So friends, in the previous part, we uh, we, underst- we understood that the value of E is called 1.6 into 10 is to minus 90 coulomb, and it is the magnitude 1.6 into 10 is to minus 19 coulomb. So whenever you are given the charge is E, then it is called fundamental charge. Fundamental charge means what? The charge of either proton or electron, because the value is same. Okay, and the unit we have seen, that is coulomb. The coulomb is SI unit, which is bigger. So there are several units, the smaller unit CGS unit, okay, which are ESU or state C. We don't have to worry about the value, so I suggest just remember these are smaller unit of the charge. Okay, you won't be asked anywhere the value, but you have to just remember ESU means what? Electrostatic unit, the smaller unit of the charge. On state C, this was used by the Coulomb in his experiment, we will see next. So this is the charge of the value E, or say 1.6 into 10 to minus 90 coulomb in magnitude. This is the charge of proton or electron. So our next topic, which is the quantization of electric charge. It is quantization of electric charge. Now this is the very new topic for us, okay, since we are just in the beginning of the 12th standard. So see here, the quantization. So just first understand what is the quantization. So quantization is the process of making quanta. First understand this thing. What is quanta? It is a Latin word. Quanta means a packet, a discrete value. If we have a continuous value, then the opposite is the discrete value. If we get some packets of this thing, that it is called the quanta. And making the quanta, it is called the quantization. That means making a tiny packets of certain discrete value. This is called the quantization. Okay, so the quantization, in the quantization we get the discrete value. Now our part, okay, sorry, it was called. So now get to our word, the quantization of electric charge. Okay, so in the nature, if we find somewhere, anywhere, any object with charge, like in our case, here is the sweater, here is the balloon, here is the wall, anything with the charge, you know that in this case of sweater, it has a equal amount of positive and negative charge, hence the total charge is 0, just like in this case of balloon or wall. So in general, this objects have neutral in saying of manner of electrification. So they are neutral in electrification. But if any object has, say, a charge q, then this charge q will be multiple integral of E. That means the charge will always be an E. So this is called the quantization. Now let's understand. If say, okay, I was just paused by equal. So we were talking about the q is equal to any in the nature. So let's understand it. That last time we had an experiment. Suppose we have a glass rod, okay, and here is the silk cloth, right? And if we rub this glass rod to silk cloth, then the electron will be transferred from glass to silk. We have seen that. Okay, initially the glass rod has 0 charge, because the equal amount of positive negative charge, and the silk has also 0 charge. But if we rub glass rod to silk cloth, then the electron will be transferred from glass rod to silk. Say if 10 electron has been transferred to silk cloth, okay, then due to 10 electron the charge will be minus 10 e, because 1 electron has minus e charge. That's why the 10 electron will provide minus 10 e charge. Okay, similarly the glass has 10 protons uncovered. That's why the protons, single proton has charge plus e, and so the glass rod has positive 10 e charge. Okay, so here you see the charge that is multiple integral of e. Suppose here, okay, suppose here if 1 electron has been transferred, then the charge would be minus e and the positive charge will be plus e if single electron has been transferred. If 2 electrons has been transferred, then the charge will be 2e. Okay, in both case positive negative. If 3 electrons has been transferred, then it is 3e from both the object, and similarly it is 4e, 5e, 6e. So the q, the charge of any object will be multiple integral, means either 1e, okay, if 1 electron transferred, or 2e if 2 electron transferred, or 3e if 3 electrons has been transferred. So this will goes on for any object. So in general we can speak the charge of any object will be ne, where n will be multiple integral, means integral number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay, there won't be any 5.4, 3.2, because electron will be always whole. You can't say that the silk has or the glass has 4.5 e charge. Can you say such? No, you can't say, because the proton has either 4 e charge because of the 4 proton, or if there are 5 proton then it is 5, but 4.5 is not possible because there is no half proton charge. Always there is a charge in nature available in the manner of E. It is either 1e, 2e, and E is the charge of either proton and electron. So this is called the quantization. So you see here we got packet, the discrete value. Okay, now see here the sweater has, okay, we rub, see both has 0 charge initially. If we rub balloon, okay, like this, okay, now reset, little rubbing, okay, 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 then you see the charge of sweater is 1, 2, sorry, okay, the charge of sweater is 1, 2, 3, so 3e, and similarly the charge of balloon is minus 3e because of 3 electron here, 3 proton there. Okay, if we rub more like this, then the charge of the sweater is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6e. So similarly the balloon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so in nature the charge will be integral multiple, okay, and another charge is not possible. So here all the experiment carried out so far show that the magnitude of all the charges found in nature, all the charges are in integral multiple of fundamental charge, means the multiple of E. So any charge q is equal to ne is a multiple integral multiple of E. This fact is known as quantization of charges. So if we take one charge then it is E, okay, if we take two charges then 2e, 3e, 4e, 5e, This is called the quantization. You will never get 5.1 E. You will never get 3.7 E. You will never get another value beside this value. Okay. Just like if you get negative charges, then minus E, minus 2E, minus 3E, minus 4. Can you get minus 4.5? No, that is not possible in nature. Okay, so this is called the quantization. These are the discrete value. Okay, discrete value means what? The certain value, fundamental charge E, 2E, 3E. So this is what happens in nature, and that is demonstrated by the great scientist Millikan. This fact is known as quantization of charge. The fundamental charge is the charge of electron or proton. Okay, so this is the E is called fundamental charge. It is denoted by E, and it is also called fundamental unit of charge. Out of all the fundamental particles, the building blocks of all matter, the particle having possessed charge equal to E. मीनिंग वॉट कि कोई भी पार्टिकल अगर चार्ज पजेस करता है, मतलब किसी भी पार्टिकल के पास अगर चार्ज है, तो वो ऑलवेज ई जितना ही होगा, आइदर पॉजिटिव ई और नेगेटिव ई, बट वैल्यू ई जितनी होगी. ई मीन्स वॉट? 1.6 इंटू 10⁻90. दिस इज वॉट सेज हियर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, चार्ज ऑन प्रोटॉन एंड पॉजिट्रॉन, वी विल सी दिस पार्टिकल पॉजिट्रॉन is plus E, while the charge on electron is minus E. Thus, charge on any object can be increased or decreased only in a step of E, like 4E, 5E, 6E. This is the way. The quantization of charge was first suggested by English scientist Faraday. He suggested that the charge will be discrete, will be quantized, and experimentally demonstrated by Millikan in 1912. Okay, much later after Faraday said. No theory so far has been able to explain satisfactorily to the quantization of charges. Means we have no exact reason why this happened, because we don't have any explanation why the charge is always E. But there are several theories that support so far why this happens. Okay, so this will be not in your syllabus, but it is quite good to understand why this happened. So recent experiment, you know, our modern science is very rich and we have too much precise instruments so far. So recent experiment has shown that the proton, the particle proton and the particle neutron, these particles are not yet undivisible. They are also made of another particle called quarks. They are also built by another smallest particle called quarks. These are called quarks. Okay, and there are 6 types of quarks, but we will see just 2 types here. The up quark and the down quark. These are responsible for the proton and neutron quark. Okay, the up quark has the charge plus 2/3e. It is assumed, okay, we assumed that the up quark has plus 2/3e charge and down quark has minus 1/3e charge. Okay, so if we denote up quark by U and if we denote down quark by D, then see here, we said that proton has charge E, okay, means 1.6 into 10⁻90 coulomb, and the proton is made by up quark, again up quark and one single down quark. So the construction is UUD in the case of proton. So see, if we will put the value of U, means up quark, which is 2/3e, so for the up quark plus 2 by 3e the charge. Okay, again up quark, put the charge plus 2 by 3e. Okay, and down quark which has the charge minus 1 by 3e. Okay, solving this we get in denominator it is 3, so 3 plus 2e minus 1e means plus 3e, 3 gets cancelled, then the charge plus e. So we are true, we just said the proton has charge e, it is plus e. So by assuming this structure UUD we will get charge e. Similarly here in case of neutron, neutron has charge 0. Okay, so the construction of neutron will be U up quark, down quark and down quark. If you put the value we will get 0, plus 2 by 3e. Okay, down quark minus 1/3 e, and again down quark minus 1/3 e. Okay, solving this we get 0. See here in denominator it is 3, in numerator plus 2e minus e means 0. Okay, so the answer is 0. So the neutron has 0 charge. Okay, now you can remember, because it is quite a portion of our electrostatic. The proton and neutrons are made of, the proton and neutron consist of 3 quarks each. These quarks are of 2 types. The quark possessing plus 2 by 3e charge is called up quarks. Another having minus 1/3 e charge is called down quark. The composition of proton is indicated as UUD, up, down, and the composition of the neutron is indicated as UDD, means up, down, down. Thus, matter is formed of such quarks and electrons. Okay, now we have further knowledge about the construction of these charges and this particle. Until now we have known that the every matter is made of proton, neutron and electron, but now we come to know, now we acquired the knowledge that this proton and neutron are further made of tiny particle called quarks. Okay, they had the tiny particle called quarks. This is to just understand. Okay, we are not going to mention this in anywhere until we are asked in any theory. So we simply can say there is no single quark in nature possible. You can't say there is a up quark here alone. You know why? Why there is no single quark possible? You can say there is a single down quark here. If you say there is a alone up quark here, then the charge will be plus 2 by 3e. Okay, and we just said that the charge in nature will be 1e, 2e, 3e, 4e integral number. Okay, here 2 by 3 is not integer, and since it is not integer, and the free up quark or down quark will be not possible. So this can be understood that in nature there won't be any free up or down quark. They will be in a composition like UUD making proton, or UDD, 3 quarks together making neutron. So this can be understood by now. Okay, so this is a great theory that will give you some light on the quantization. Here we have seen the quantization of electric charge. Okay, in physics the quantization is assumed in many other theories, like the quantization of energy. You know, the energy E is equal to NHF, the Planck equation. Okay, or simply you have seen in NCERT book is equal to h mu, okay, the energy of photon. So that is the quantization. Similarly, probably you have seen in chemistry the Bohr's hypothesis, where the angular momentum is quantized by n h by 2 pi. That is the quantization of angular momentum. So we will see this further in the future in the physics, okay, in 12th standard. So the quantization is the natural behavior, we can say that. Okay, now the obvious and next part is conservation of electric charge. So you know that what is called conservation. Conservation means to conserve any quantity. You know the conservation of energy. What do you know about the conservation of energy? You simply say the energy is conserved. That means energy can be produced nor destroyed. Okay, neither produced nor destroyed. It is just transferred from one form to another form. We know that the rule of conservation of energy. Similarly, if you have come to the law of conservation of angular momentum. So here the conservation of electric charge. Electric charge is never been destroyed or produced. Okay, in any system the charge, the algebraic sum will be constant. It can be understood very greatly here. See, the sweater and the balloon, they both have charge 0. You know the reason I have tell you about the equal number of positive and electric charge. So the total charge has 0. But initially the total charge is 0. If I do anything here, then the charge will be conserved, means the total charge of this system will be 0. It can be understood by the rubbing of this balloon. If I had rubbed the balloon to the sweater, the electron has been transferred to the balloon. That's why the charge of this sweater, you see how many positive charges are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 positive charges on the sweater. Similarly, 8 negative charges on the balloon. So the total charge is for the sweater and for the balloon. So we have rubbed the balloon to the sweater and electron transferred to the sweater. Initially the total charge was 0, okay, but if we rub and say 10 electron had been transferred, then the charge of balloon will be minus 10 e, okay, and proton will be uncovered by the number of 10. So the charge of sweater will be positive 10 e. So the total charge is plus 10 e and minus 10 e. So the total charge is again 0. So initially it was 0, now it is 0. So the total charge of the system is conserved. So anything happens in nature, happens in nature, the charge will always be conserved, because you know this happens. Why this happens? Because the charge, the induced charge is because of proton and electron, and we can't destroy any proton and electron. It is just transferred from one entity to another entity, okay, like from the sweater to balloon. That's why the charge is conserved. You know the equations in the chemistry. You used to write that 2H 2 plus O2 something, the equation, okay, and you write the equation on the right side giving the result. This is why you doing that, because of the conservation charge, because the hydrogen has some kind of positive charge, oxygen has some kind of negative charge, so they must be equal on the right side. So this equation in the chemistry, they are because of the conservation of mass and conservation of electric charge. So what will be the definition of conservation of electric charge? Here you will find it. The algebraic sum. Algebraic sum means what? The sum with positive sign and negative sign. We have always considered the positive and negative sign. The algebraic sum of electric charges in electrically isolated system always remains constant irrespective of any process taking place. कोई भी प्रोसेस होती है तो उसमें चार्ज कंजर्व होगा. That is simply we can put it. In electrically isolated system, it is say the electrically isolated system means what? Consider this system. If this is the electrically isolated system, or this is the electrically isolated system, then while we rub or do any process, charge won't be leak. That means charge बाहर नहीं जाएगा, सिस्टम से बाहर नहीं जाएगा और चार्ज अंदर भी नहीं आएगा. That is called electrically isolated system. Thus, just like our thermos flask, you know, thermos flask is the isolated system in the speaking of heat, because जो थर्मोस फ्लास्क होता है अगर वो 100% आइसोलेटेड है तो अंदर कोई भी चीज़ अगर हम रखते हैं तो हीट बाहर भी नहीं जाएगी और बाहर की हीट अंदर भी नहीं आएगी. सो वो भी एक आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम है. आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम में क्या होता है कि वो जो ट्रांसफरिंग होती है, हीट की ट्रांसफरिंग और चार्ज की ट्रांसफरिंग और एनीथिंग इन द मैनर ऑफ स्पीकिंग will not be happen. So this is what can be understood in the case of the conservation of charge. So you always have to remember the conservation of electric charge. Okay, तो थियरी तैयार नहीं करनी है पर समझना है. इधर ये चीज़ें जो हम बात करते हैं क्वांटाइजेशन और कंजर्वेशन, इसको समझना है कि ओके ऐसा होता है. कोई भी प्रोसेस अगर हम फ्यूचर में बात करेंगे तो दिस थिंग्स must be remembered, this thing must be taken into account for any process. Now charging by induction, तो ये भी थियरी प्रिपेयर नहीं करनी है पर यहाँ पर कुछ MCQ के लिए हमें प्रिपरेशन करनी पड़ेगी, कैलकुलेशन के लिए प्रिपेयरिंग करनी पड़ेगी. तो चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन. सो चार्जिंग बाय इंडक्शन एंड अनदर टॉपिक हियर which is provided within. So let's understand the induction or charging by induction. Okay, so our question is how to charge any object. How to charge any object? It is very common question. We have understood this far that what is charge, what is quantization of charge, what is the conservation of charge. But the normal question that arises here is how to put a charge on any object. Here is a sphere, metallic sphere or the plastic sphere or rubber sphere. So how to put charge on this sphere or how to charge this object, how to accumulate charge on this object. So there are two methods to electrify any objects. There are two methods. Okay, so to charge any object we have two methods. The first method is called the method of contact. Okay, remember, method of contact. If we want to electrify, if we want to charge any object, then the first method is the method of contact, in which suppose we have a sphere here. Okay, the metallic sphere, say the copper sphere, it is put on a wooden stand. Okay, to make the system isolate. So on the wooden stand the copper sphere is placed and we want to electrify here electrify the object, or we want to charge it simply, then we will take another sphere which already has a charge, say a negative charge. Okay, this sphere already has a negative charge, and it also been placed on wooden stand. So say it has minus q charge initially. We want to charge the first sphere, then we will make a contact to the first sphere to the second. If we touch these two sphere or make a contact by electric wire, then this electron will be transferred to the first sphere, and that's why the first sphere will be charged or say electrified. So if they are identical, sphere, then exactly half charge will be transferred. If half charge is transferred, then this second sphere has the charge minus q by 2, and another minus q by 2 is transferred to this sphere. Okay, then they if they are identical, then they both will have the same amount of the charge. Consider these are two sphere. Okay, they are identical, and if it has, say it has plus 3 q charge. Okay, and if we make a contact to each other, this had no initially any charge. If we make contact to each other, what will be the charge after that? So simply you will make half. Okay, suppose we had the charge here, say 4 q charge on this sphere, and we will make contact to another charge, then we will simply half 2 q charge here and 2 q charge here. Okay, so this can be understood easily. But what happens if, now you have to understand this for the MCQ purposes. Okay, we have two identical spheres. Okay, and this sphere has say plus 3 q charge. This sphere has plus 3 q charge, and say this sphere has q charge, positive q charge. Okay, and if we make a contact, then what will be the charge thereafter? If you are asked such kind of MCQ, then what we have to do, we have to add total charge, means the charge of first sphere plus q, and the charge of second sphere plus 3q. Okay, and divide it by 2. So it is 4q by 2, so it is 2q. So after making a contact, the charge on both sphere will be 2q and 2q. Okay, so here is the note that you have to write down. If two identical spheres are given, they had the charge q1 and q2 initially, and after making a contact, the charge on both sphere will be q1 plus q2 by 2. Okay, similarly q 3q by 2. So this is how we will calculate the total charge on both the sphere. So here is the question for you. Suppose the first sphere has charge minus 3e, suppose, and the second identical sphere has charge, say 8 plus 8e. So what will be the charge after making the contact? if you make a contact, then the total charge will be 8e minus 3e by 2, q1 q2 by 2. Okay, this will gives us 5e by 2. Okay, so it is 2.5e, but 2.5 is not possible, then we had to assume another value. So suppose the first sphere has 2e charge, then 8e minus 2e, so it is 6e by 2, so it is 3e. So both this sphere has 3e charge. So this can be understood, but this will happen only in identical spheres. If the spheres are not identical, then what happen, that we will see in the chapter 2. Okay, but for now, if you are preparing for JEE NEET, JEE NEET, and you are asked any MCQ regarding this, then you will skip for now, because we have to first understand the idea of potential. If we are not given identical sphere, like a small sphere or bigger sphere, then what happen? So this case will be pending now. So until now we have discussed the conservation and the induction. Okay, another thing, the second method is the method of induction, induction. Okay, so the method we will discuss in next video. We will start from this second method. So thank you, and please remember all the topic that I अभी तक कोई भी थियरी हमें प्रिपेयर करनी नहीं है, ये सिर्फ पॉइंट्स थे, ये बेसिक था. चार्ज एंड रिगार्डिंग द चार्ज, few things like quantization, conservation, the method of electrification, like the first method of contact. अभी तक तो कोई थियरी प्रिपेयर नहीं करनी है. जो थियरी प्रिपेयर करनी होगी वो मैं यहाँ पर बताऊंगा और आपको ग्रुप में भी भेजूंगा. ओके, तो यहाँ पर आपको सिर्फ समझना है और जो पॉइंट इंपॉर्टेंट है उसको नोट डाउन करना है. सो थैंक यू अगेन.